there are moments in life when silence speaks louder than thunder, when something shifts not around you, but within you. Tonight is one of those moments. You didn't stumble here by accident. You didn't survive everything you've been through just to remain the same. No, this moment has been written, prepared, and destined long before you ever questioned your strength. And now, after every sleepless night, every hidden tear, every battle you fought in silence, heaven itself has spoken. It has declared something final, something unshakable. That weight you've been carrying, the invisible war you've been fighting, the pressure that no one else could see. People looked at you and saw calm, maybe even strength, but they had no idea what storms were raging inside your soul. You were fighting battles that didn't leave bruises, wars that didn't make headlines, struggles that didn't come with applause. And yet, you endured. You kept walking when your legs felt heavy. You kept believing when doubt whispered louder than faith. You kept showing up, even when a part of you wanted to disappear. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you chosen. Because not everyone survives what you've survived. Not everyone stands after being broken the way you were broken. But you did. And now, everything is changing. Listen carefully, because this moment is not ordinary. There is a shift happening in your life right now, not a small change, not a temporary relief. This is a divine turning point. The kind of moment where everything that once worked against you suddenly begins to work for you. The pain, it had a purpose. The delays, they were protection. The confusion, it was preparation. Every closed door, every betrayal, every setback, it wasn't punishment. It was positioning. You were being shaped for this exact moment. Because victory like yours cannot be handed out cheaply. It has to be earned through fire. It has to be forged through endurance. It has to be proven through unwavering faith. And you proved it. Even when no one was watching. Even when no one believed in you. Even when you doubted yourself, you didn't quit. And that is why heaven has made its announcement. The battle is over. Not because the world suddenly became easy, but because you became unstoppable. Do you understand what that means? It means the thing that once tried to break you no longer has power over you. It means the fear that once controlled you has lost its voice. It means the struggle that once defined you is now behind you. You are no longer in survival mode. You are stepping into victory mode. There's a difference. Survival is about getting through the day. Victory is about owning your destiny. Survival is fear-driven. Victory is purpose-driven. And now, you are shifting into a life where you are no longer reacting to challenges, you are commanding your reality. But let's be honest for a moment. The journey here was not easy. There were nights when you questioned everything. There were days when you felt abandoned. Moments when you wondered if all your effort meant anything at all. You asked yourself, why is this happening to me? Why is it taking so long? Why do I feel so alone? And in those moments, it felt like silence was your only answer. But what you didn't realize is that silence was not absence. It was alignment. While you were waiting, things were being arranged. While you were struggling, something greater was being built. While you were hurting, you were also becoming stronger. You were being upgraded, piece by piece, layer by layer. Until the version of you standing here now is no longer the same person who started this journey. Look at yourself. Not just physically, but internally. You think differently. You see differently. You move differently. You've outgrown people, places, and patterns that once felt permanent. That's not loss. That's elevation. Because sometimes, in order to step into your victory, you have to release what no longer belongs in your future. And yes, it hurt, but it was necessary. Because where you're going requires a different version of you. A stronger version. A wiser version. A fearless version. And now, that version has arrived. This is the moment where everything begins to make sense. The struggles you couldn't explain, the lessons you didn't want to learn, the delays you didn't understand, they are all connecting now, like pieces of a puzzle finally coming together. And the picture they create is powerful. It's a picture of resilience, of transformation, of destiny fulfilled. You are not who you used to be, and you are not going back. Because once heaven declares your victory, there is no returning to defeat. Now listen closely. Just because the battle is over doesn't mean the journey ends. It means a new chapter begins. A chapter where you no longer fight for your worth. You walk in it. A chapter where you no longer chase validation, you embody confidence. A chapter where you no longer beg for opportunities, you attract them. This is your season of alignment, your season of manifestation, your season of reward. But with this victory comes responsibility, because now people will look at you differently. They will see your strength. They will notice your growth. They will wonder how you made it through. And some will even try to re-enter your life now that the storm has passed. Be careful. Not everyone who returns deserves a place in your victory. Remember who stood with you in your battles. Remember who doubted you. Remember who disappeared when you needed them most. Your peace is too valuable to give away freely. Protect it, honor it, because you fought hard to get here. And this is not just about winning, it's about becoming. You didn't just overcome something. You transformed into someone greater, someone stronger, someone unshakable. And that kind of transformation changes everything. It changes how you see yourself. It changes how you interact with the world. It changes what you accept and what you refuse. You are no longer available for anything that drains your energy. You are no longer tolerating what disrespects your spirit. You are no longer shrinking to fit into spaces that cannot hold your greatness. You've outgrown that version of yourself, and that's a powerful realization, because growth requires courage. It requires letting go of comfort. It requires stepping into the unknown, and you did it, even when you were scared, even when you weren't sure, even when you felt like giving up. You kept moving forward. And now, look at where you are. Standing in the aftermath of your own resilience. Standing in the reality of your own victory. Standing in a moment that once felt impossible. This is your proof. Proof that you are stronger than your circumstances. Proof that you are capable of more than you imagined. Proof that everything you went through was not in vain. It was preparation. Preparation for this moment. Preparation for this life. Preparation for this victory. And now that you're here, don't downplay it. Don't minimize it. Don't act like it wasn't a big deal, because it was. You fought battles that could have destroyed you. You faced challenges that could have broken you. But instead of falling apart, you rose. And that is something to be proud of. So stand tall. Own your story. Embrace your journey. Because this is not just an ending. It's a beginning. A beginning of a life where you are no longer defined by struggle. A beginning of a life where you walk in purpose. A beginning of a life where you understand your worth. And most importantly, a beginning of a life where you know without a doubt that you are unstoppable. Because heaven has already spoken. The decision has already been made. The outcome has already been written. Your victory is not coming, it's already here. And the battle is over. Just because the battle is over doesn't mean the impact disappears overnight. Scars remain, but they are no longer symbols of pain. They are evidence of survival. They are reminders that you walked through fire and came out unburned. And from this point forward, you don't hide those scars, you carry them with purpose. Because someone somewhere is still in the middle of the war you just finished. And your story, your voice, your presence, it becomes their proof that victory is possible. That's the deeper meaning of this moment. This isn't just about you winning. It's about what your victory unlocks for others. When you rise, you give others permission to rise. When you heal, you show others that healing is real. When you break cycles, you don't just change your life, you change generations. So don't shrink now. Don't go silent now. Don't act like what you overcame was small, because it wasn't. There were forces working against you that you couldn't even see. There were moments where everything aligned to make you quit. Opportunities to give up presented themselves over and over again. And yet, you resisted. That wasn't luck, that was purpose. There was something guiding you even when you didn't recognize it. Something protecting you even when you felt exposed. Something pushing you forward even when you wanted to stay still. And now, that same force is elevating you. But elevation requires a shift in mindset. You can't step into a victorious life while thinking like someone who is still defeated. You can't receive abundance while holding on to scarcity. You can't walk in confidence while entertaining self-doubt. So this is where the real transformation continues. You must renew the way you see yourself. You are not the person who struggled endlessly. You are not the one who kept losing. You are not defined by your lowest moments. You are defined by your ability to rise beyond them. From this moment on, you move differently. You speak differently. You think differently. You carry yourself with the awareness that something extraordinary has already happened in your life, because it has. And here's something you need to understand clearly. Victory is not just a destination. It's an identity. It's the way you walk into a room. It's the way you respond to challenges. It's the way you handle pressure, rejection, and uncertainty. A victorious mindset says, "I've already overcome worse. Nothing can stop me now." That doesn't mean life won't test you again. It will. But the difference is you are no longer the same person those tests were designed to break. Now, they will reveal your strength instead of exposing your weakness. Now, they will refine you instead of defeating you. Now, they will confirm what heaven has already declared. And that declaration is final. There is no reversal. There is no undoing what has already been done in your life. Doors that were once closed are opening. Paths that were once blocked are clearing. Opportunities that once seemed distant are coming closer, and not by chance, but by alignment. Everything is aligning in your favor now. People will start noticing your energy before they understand your story. They will feel your presence before you say a word. Because when someone has been through what you've been through and still stands strong, it radiates. It's undeniable. It's powerful. But with this new level comes a new responsibility: discernment. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. Not everyone can handle who you're becoming. Some people were only meant to be part of your struggle, not your success. And that's okay. You don't need to carry guilt for outgrowing environments that no longer serve your purpose. Growth naturally creates distance. Elevation naturally brings separation. It's not rejection, it's redirection. You are being guided towards spaces that match your new frequency. Spaces where you don't have to prove your worth. Spaces where your energy is respected. Spaces where your presence is valued. And when you enter those spaces, don't dim your light to make others comfortable. Shine fully. Speak boldly. Move with confidence. Because you earned this. Every step, every lesson, every sacrifice. It all led you here. And now that you're here, there's something else you must release: the need for validation. You don't need approval to be great. You don't need permission to succeed. You don't need anyone to understand your journey in order for it to be valid. Your experience is real. Your growth is real. Your victory is real. And that is enough. The moment you stop seeking validation is the moment you fully step into your power. Because now, you are no longer controlled by external opinions. You are guided by internal certainty. You know who you are. You know what you've been through. You know what you're capable of. And that kind of self-awareness is unshakable. Now let's talk about the future, because this is where things get even more powerful. Your victory is not just about closing a chapter. It's about opening doors you never imagined possible. New opportunities are coming. New connections are forming. New ideas are being planted in your mind. Pay attention to them, because they are not random. They are part of your next assignment. You didn't go through everything just to survive. You went through it to evolve, to expand, to step into a life that reflects your true potential. So don't play small now. Don't second-guess your greatness. Don't hesitate when opportunities present themselves. Step forward, even if you feel uncertain, even if you don't have all the answers. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in movement. And you are meant to move forward now. Not backward, not sideways. Forward, into purpose, into alignment, into everything that was once out of reach. And here's the truth you need to carry with you from this moment on. You didn't just win a battle. You became someone who cannot be defeated. That is your new identity. Not because life will never challenge you again, but because nothing will ever break you the way it once could. You've built resilience. You've developed strength. You've gained wisdom. And those are things that cannot be taken from you. They are yours permanently. So walk like it, talk like it, live like it. Because when you truly understand who you've become, you stop fearing the future. You start creating it. And that is where your real power lies. Not in what you've been through, but in what you do next. So take a moment, breathe it in. Acknowledge everything you've overcome, recognize how far you've come, and then make a decision. A decision to never go back to the version of yourself that doubted, feared, and hesitated. A decision to honor your growth. A decision to protect your peace. A decision to walk boldly into everything that is meant for you. Because from this moment on, you are no longer chasing victory. You are living in it. And no one, no circumstance, no past version of yourself can take that away from you, because heaven has already declared it. The outcome is final. The chapter is closed, the war is finished, and your victory is forever.